Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Roughie's football show, sponsored by Arnold Clark. It is Tuesday. I'm Peter Martin. Thank you for joining us on the programme, and thank you for spreading the word out to your friends as well. Monday to Friday, we are on 5:30 on YouTube, and of course, if you miss it, you can catch up with it by subscribing every day of the week, Monday to Friday. So, in the studio with me, Alan Rough and Darren Jackson are here to talk football. International football is on our mind, as well as domestic issues. Yeah, lots to talk about. Never like to start off with the story of a manager losing his job. Roughie, Jack Ross, with a great promise in the early part of his Sunderland career, and now they've decided that enough is enough. Some of the results haven't gone their way, and they've sacked him.
Yeah, it just shows you the pressures have been with it is a big club. There's no doubt about that, and that club want to get back to where they were. But it's unfortunate that sometimes it falls on the manager. You know, sometimes you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know what kind of budget he's getting compared to everybody else. So only he can say that, but he's definitely done enough for us up here to command a top position.
Yeah, having worked down there and interviewed managers at the time, I can remember interviewing Steve Bruce, and you know, within a couple of weeks, they sacked him. I mean, it's never a club that really likes to stand by their managers long term.
They don't, Peter, but probably expectations when you go down to League One. That's a huge club. I don't know what Jack's budget will be, but losing to Lincoln, new owners coming in, that's always an issue. But as you said, he did a great job up here, and I'm sure if a few managers lose their jobs up here, he'll be mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, because obviously, Roughie, you look at what he achieved up here with St Mirren. I think a few chairmen will be looking and thinking, okay, let's bide our time. He's there. He'll be waiting a couple of months just to settle affairs at Sunderland, and then he's up for grabs.
Yeah, and obviously there are doubts over certain managers up here if they don't get the results.
Let's not just tiptoe around it.
No,
would Hearts look at?
We're looking at Hearts.
Would Hearts look at Jack Ross?
Well, you're looking at Hearts and Hibs. You know, you're looking at both of them. You know, and if the results don't improve, then obviously they'll have to come to decisions. Are these managers going to take them to where they want to be? And certainly Jack would fit in at either of these two clubs.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a manager getting sacked. If he's a good one with a half-decent pedigree, it increases the pressure.
Of course it does increase the pressure, but you're not wanting to talk about, I'm getting any job just now, and the managers, you've got to respect the manager's still in a job, and when you're mentioning Hearts and Hibs, and I'm sure they will get results, but as you say, that's just the way that it works.
Yeah, I love the integrity of you there, Darren, because you know, over a 20-year period, I agree with you. We were in that situation where if somebody was in a job, you thought, okay, you know, let's respect the fact he's in it. Now, this whole show, Roughie, and we're guilty of it ourselves, the press and the broadcast media as well. The first eight shows since we started the season, every week there's a manager. Oh, he's getting bulleted. He's getting sacked. He should be getting sacked. He's rubbish. He's not doing his job.
Yeah, but there's a lesson out there and it doesn't work all the time, but it does work a lot of the time. After 4 or 5 games and the hysteria kicks in, the manager at Kilmarnock has proved, you know, that if you just bide him time, you know, let him settle in with the players, that he can turn it round. I'm not saying he's going to keep turning it round, but just for everybody who jumps on the bandwagon after 4 and 5 games, it's not the time to sack managers.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? Alex Ferguson get 5 years, Darren, to turn things around at Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be lucky if he stays in the job in the next 5 games.
Well, that's, but we're talking again, arguably the biggest club in the world, Peter, and it's not good enough there. And I'm not saying it's the manager's fault. It's probably previous managers. And I listen to Gary Neville, and he'll know what's happening down there, having a real go at the board and recruitment. And that's your biggest problem, is obviously recruitment.
Yeah, absolutely. Recruitment of a different sort is our biggest problem up here at international level. We're getting ready for a double header against Russia and San Marino. Not that it has any implications for us qualifying for Euro 2020. We're going to have to do that through the playoff next year. These games that are remaining in our group, Steve Clarke is going to try and somehow assemble a team capable of getting some results to instill a little bit of confidence. So with that in mind, Stephen Colker is the latest to throw his hat in and say, hey, how about picking me?
Well, at Dundee, he looked a reasonable player. I don't know what happened to him after that. I think he had a few problems off the field. He certainly looked okay, but we're at the stage now. We'll take anybody, give anybody that's decent enough a shot, and if we can get one or two, we go, oh well, didn't expect him to come up at that level. Then it's a bonus. We've got from now to next year to try as many as possible, and let's hope that some of them can.
Yeah, I mean, we're now getting to the point now. I'm not for a minute suggesting that the manager is looking at these names. He may well look at Stephen Colker if he's phoned Stephen Reid to alert him to the fact that he'd be considering Scotland if they asked him. You've got, the newspapers going Lyndon Dykes as well. I mean, with all due respect, Dan, you could have had 105 caps if we started asking you to play for Scotland after you scored one goal.
I know, Peter, but again, that's the press just jumping in and looking for solutions for obviously Stevie Clarke. I'm not sure Stevie Clarke's maybe speaking about those players, but you could speak about Cocker. I mean, he's played at a very, very good level.
Yeah. He scored in a friendly for England against Sweden.
Yes, who's to say he had problems off the pitch? Maybe he's got himself right, and he wants to kick on again. So he's a name that I would like to think that they will have a look at.
Yeah, and Declan Gallagher, obviously Stephen Reid was talking yesterday and reckons of the new boys that have been brought in. This man is certainly there on his performances of late.
He's in on form. I know he's spoken in the past about his remorse over the incident that happened. He's rebuilt his career, if you like, and you've got to give him some credit for that as well. He's had to go away, had to take a look at himself, his lifestyle, and he's come back. He's been given that second chance again, and these opportunities don't come around too often for him. So it's great that he's involved. Trained this morning, trained well. So looking forward to working with him this week.
I just love us to be able to unearth one central defender of note who suddenly just gives us a little bit of confidence in that back line.
Well, you never know. Dick came in when Lockie and I were at Wraith, used to come in and train. He's a good boy. I think Scotland and Stephen Reid had said about his remorse for what happened. Everyone deserves a second chance. I was at Tynecastle when Motherwell beat Hearts. He scored, and I was at Motherwell on Saturday, and he was excellent again. And so you've got to put your name in the frame. When we've no defenders and you're playing at the top of your game, I think you've got to be given a chance. Now we'll wait and see if they are good enough or if he is good enough. If he's been given a chance. But if you're playing really well and with no defenders, you've got to give a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, that is the key to it all. And Darren and I were talking just before the programme started, Roughie. If we had, at his peak, a Gareth McCauley and a Johnny Evans, we wouldn't be in this mess. I genuinely believe that if we had a solid central defensive partnership, in that back line, we would not have had Think Tank 1, Think Tank 2, and everybody reanalysing every bit of grassroots football. We just can't stop people scoring.
No, and I think if you analyse most of the goals that we've lost over the last couple of years, it's all been in that position. It's all been not world-class goals, just balls into the box and people not defending properly, not communicating with each other. And sometimes if you're a manager, you've just got to say, this is what I've got. I mean, Gordon Strachan said it to us. Yeah. This is the best I've got, so that's what I've got to go with. I just hope that some of these young guys come in and they do prove any doubters out there. And I have to say, I don't know about Dan, but I doubt whether you can go for the level some of them are at to the level that we're expecting them to play at, because they're going to come up against players, quality players that they aren't competing with. But sometimes you can be proved wrong, and let's hope we are.
Yeah, I mean, one man I know Steve Clark well is Stuart Finlay. They were together at Kilmarnock, and he reckons that anybody who comes into the Scotland squad just has to trust what the boss has to say.
Of course, I mean, at Kilmarnock, people forget we were working with the manager day in, day out. You get the boys here for maybe a week at a time. Obviously, he still gets his ideas across, but it is a very, very... It's a long time, but not a lot of time with the players, if that makes sense. And it's one of the ones, like, I know personally, because I've worked with him for so long, that I've got trust in him that things will go the way that Scotland probably expect and we deserve to be at. I'll be honest, he's not changed that much at all. I think that's the beauty of him, no matter what. He's obviously worked with top quality players down in England when he was a manager down there. He came to Kilmarnock without being disrespectful to ourselves. Maybe he's not as high calibre, but from what I can see now coming to again the Scotland national setup, he does everything the same, because I think it's important that if you get a way of working in a way that you know does bring the results that you need, there's no need to change it, and it's just having faith that if you stick with it, the results are going to come.
Okay, Darren, give us your thoughts on Russia, which again is a country close to your heart, not because you have any Russian parentage, but because you made your debut against Russia.
I did, yes, 1995. We got a fantastic 0-0 draw.
Yeah, who were you playing for at the time? 1995.
Hibs, yes. Yeah. And Tom Boyd was playing against Kanchelskis, and he didn't really like running back the pitch. And boy, he could have had a hat trick in the first half.
Yeah.
But it was a great result. But it's going to be hard, and I can see what Stephen Finlay's saying there. But the biggest problem that Stevie Clark's got is he was working every single day with those boys, and he did exceptionally well at Kilmarnock. The problem you've got now is they play on a Saturday, they have the 2-day recovery, so a Monday they don't really do much, they'll do a warm down or something. So he's only really got Tuesday, Wednesday before Thursday's game.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really implement what he's looking for in 2 days. But hopefully they're good enough players, they'll take everything in, and hopefully it works on the day.
Yeah, Roughie, you don't agree with Dan, do you?
About it coming all right on the day? Do you mean
I mean about this whole working with players on a short-term basis? That's something that every international manager has to deal with that. You know, I understand where Darren's coming from, and understand the party line that comes out of some football is just not good enough.
No, but it makes it a lot easier if you've got a settled team.
Yes.
It makes it a lot easier if the players are coming up are of a better quality.
Yeah.
Because they turn up, and you can see the quality, right? The Souness's, the Dalglishes, the Robertsons. As soon as they turn up, you just have to manufacture them into a team. And if you've got two good centre half, you just build the team round about them, or the certain players round about them. I don't think Stevie's got that yet. You know, he's got a midfield of young players who look as if they're going to be really, really good, but there's too many pieces all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a big jigsaw puzzle, and we haven't been able to fit it yet.
Yeah, I love the way he always fires out the Souness's, the Dalglishes, you know, the Hartfords, the Alan Brazils, all of these. I mean, what about the Jackson, the McAllisters, the McStays?
That was a mixed era.
When you've played with
it's a step.
the best.
But it is a step up. It's a step up for me. Obviously, I was with Partick Thistle. There's a massive step up going from Kilmarnock to Russia. You know, you're pitted in against Maradona or Zico or whoever, and
don't even bother trying to compete with them, Darren. It's like a constant baseball bat. Think how Ferguson feels when he's on the show. Anyway, listen, Scotland.
I don't think we'll get run over the top. I thought the first half of Russia at Hampden, we held our own, and then their quality players just pulled a few strings. I don't think we'll get beat any more than 1-2-0.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously, yeah.
Yeah. This is the guy. This is the guy on the show, Darren, who said we were playing in a game. Gordon Strachan was the manager, and he said, you know, 3-0. He says, if it's 3-0, we've got to call for the manager's head. 24 hours later, he was squirming and digging himself out of a hole. So I think they'll lose by 3.
I think it's going to be very hard. It's just if they get an early goal. But even if they get an early goal, we'll not come out and try and attack them.
Yeah.
You've just in these kind of games, I think you need luck. Yeah. I mean, you need the boys to perform. You need to be lucky defensively. I thought they were a good side over there.
Yeah.
I would go 2.
True. Okay. Degrees of despair, I apologise for. A win over San Marino, though, to lift the spirits?
Yeah, I think we should be getting into that game looking for bags of goals and keep the fans. But we need to come up with an idea to get fans into that stadium, because if there's only 10,000 in there, it's going to be a hard night.
I don't think you'll get bags of goals, because it's like us going to Russia. San Marino maybe concede, but they'll not come out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it does make it a lot harder. Teams can
Let's go
do
for
well, but
one,
I mean, if
one
no, I'm not saying 5 or 6, but I think you could be looking at maybe 3.
Yeah, I'd happily take 3 at the moment. Anyway, I'd happily take a clean sheet. Never mind the goals at the other end. Okay, we're going to talk Alfredo Morelos after we look at the quiz. Can't get that done. You need to have a long, hard look at yourself. That's all. That's all I'm saying. One of my favourite finals of all time. Anyway, let's talk about a player who is scoring goals. 14 in all competitions this season, and Alfredo Morelos again has reiterated his desire to play in the English Premier League. Of course, here's some of the quotes attributed to him. I've spoken a lot to Steven Gerrard this season. It's thanks to him that I'm here. He's just a good manager and a great coach. Things have gone really well for me at Rangers this season. I've scored in just about every game for them. It's not a secret that I admire the English Premier League. I have to keep scoring goals for Rangers if I am ever to get a chance of moving to a club there. He's hit the nail on the head. He is scoring goals. Roughie, is he getting to that point where maybe people are starting to take more notice of him?
Yeah, I think they are taking more notice of him. But if I would Steven Gerrard, I'd be saying, why are you talking about this just now? You know, why has this come out? Why you started this again? Because it started the last time as well. You know, Rangers.
Because Rangers would be happy to sell him eventually, Roughie. That's
but it's not. That's not anywhere.
He's not exactly getting a batter over the head.
It's not anywhere near that.
January.
Well, no,
well, exactly.
Not quite, you know, but the way things are going for Rangers just now, in a dressing room, that's the last thing he would want to hear, him strolling about saying, I want out of here.
Yeah.
You know, that's just no. But you're right, he's a better player than he was last year.
Roughie, listen, believe me, what managers say to the press and what managers actually sit and chat with strikers about, he said, listen, you'll get your move. Just keep scoring goals for us. That's all you need to say.
And then, but when it doesn't happen, does it happen a couple of times at Celtic?
What?
The dummy comes out the pram.
No,
and then you've got a problem. Then you've got a problem.
The difference, don't mix them up, Roughie. You're in danger of getting battered by Celtic fans here. The difference between the Dembele situation is...
I wasn't talking about Dembele.
What are you talking about?
I was talking about the other, the defender, who was told that he could leave if the right bid came in. And and it never happened. You know, sometimes when you promise players that, players being players, they expect you to come up with the truth of what you've told me, and then if the money doesn't thing me in, you know, you just wait to the next one, and then you've got a problem.
There, as you said, it was a boy who was scoring goals at the time, which doesn't mean Dedrick Boyata.
No, I never said goals. I never said goals.
Okay, let's crack on in case I have to rewind the tape. Celtic staying with them. They're not happy. The fans obviously are certainly not happy with the kick-off times. It's asking a lot for a lot of fans. Celtic have responded. The club want to assure supporters that we will be doing everything we can to make sure our voice is heard in terms of scheduling matches. There have been a number of scheduling issues raised, including matches such as the Betfred Cup semi-final with a Saturday 5:30 kick-off, and our SPFL match against Ross County in Dingwall having a 12 noon kick-off on December 1st. Clearly, these kick-off times are hugely inconvenient for supporters. We fully understand and appreciate the travel difficulties which can be caused by matches of this nature, and we will continue to make the views of the club known and work to ensure that consideration is given to these important issues. Well, all well and good, I feel, for the fans, but if you take the money of the TV, then they dictate when they're kicked off.
It's true, Peter, but you have to think about things. You have to think about the fans, and the TV have to think about what times are like. I think they should be able to help out whatever teams in Europe, and it's just now it's Rangers and Celtic. Timings when they come back from Europe and all that. But 5:30 doesn't seem too bad for me when it's in Glasgow. But 12 o'clock up in Dingwall, I think it's a joke when you're expecting fans to get up at 5, 6 in the morning, get to where you're getting the bus up there. I'm sure the fans will enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
But it's still, I still think it's ridiculous that they make it at that time.
Yep, okay. Well, it's all about opinions. You can give us your opinion on YouTube and, of course, across all our social media outlets. We are more than happy to respond to as many as we possibly can across Twitter, Facebook Live and on YouTube as well. Don't forget you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you download the app, you'll get all the latest news from across world football, and you'll get unique video content as well as some great competitions. Thank you very much to Roughie and, of course, to Darren Jackson for joining us. Hopefully you can join us tomorrow. Tam McManus will be with Barry Ferguson and Roughie and myself, 5:30 on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. Tell all your friends as well, and thanks for watching.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.